Hi guys, Valenthario here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you a speed build of a Pinterest house that I saw. And I just saw it and I knew I had to build it, even though it's the first ever build I did in that style ever. And I didn't think I could manage, and I still think it's not my best work. It's not bad by any means. I actually kind of like this house. I mean, I like this house enough to for it to end up in my save file. So it's not bad by any means, but just I know if I had a little bit more experience, it would have been better. But first time's the charm, am I right? And so here we are. And actually, this house isn't just some random house that I built on a whim. I mean, I kind of did, but I also did that because it really suits a family that I made a while back. And you guys don't know them, but I'm gonna introduce you to them. So, this house is actually for this sweet family, and the sweets are kind of like the polar opposite of the goths. Maybe not the polar opposite, because they actually parallel each other quite well. Like, there's so many similarities, but also so many stark differences that it's obvious that they reference each other. And I think that's quite fun. Like, I truly think that is very fun. And so, when the goths are kind of like sciencey, nerdy, all that jazz, the Swedes are very artsy and more into that sort of thing. And also where the goths are dark and mysterious, and basically their whole house is just pitch black, especially ever since I renovated it. You guys also haven't seen that, but I am actually planning to do a tour of my save file. I say that as if it's anywhere near finished. I just made over all the townies and like renovated two houses and built like five, and that's it. And I mean, the town is from Willow Creek. Like, I haven't left Willow Creek, you know. But I think once I finish Willow Creek, because I'm actually planning to go word by word, because that's just how I could stay consistent and maybe actually finish it once. I don't know, maybe. Um, I will do a tour of Willow Creek and you will see my golf house renovation. But yeah, when the golf house is all black and black, the sweet house is white and pink. And when, the golf's theme is black and red, the sweet's theme is white and pink. So it's just the lighter hues of those two colors, and I think that's very fun. And I know it's very stereotypical of me to like do this kind of cheap plot point in my save file, I guess, but I think sometimes you just don't need to have these like very complicated storytelling for the family to be fun and like interesting, because I still think that's interesting. And actually the Swedes weren't supposed to live in such a fancy house like this one that I'm building right now. Um, they were actually just like supposed to live in a standard suburban home, because even though they are quite wealthy, just like the Goths, they never really cared about that. Not even to that point to like buy a fancier house, even though they could afford it, and buy fancy clothes and all that. But I decided to change it just to make the parallels between the Goths and the Swedes more apparent, more visible. So yeah. So the family actually consists of Missiel, who is a painter and a father, Cameron, who is a knitter and a mother, and Donna, who is a teenager, and she doesn't really have one passion yet. I'm thinking of her like being a pianist, maybe, but she has the aspiration to be an admirer icon, which doesn't really paint her as a very, I guess, ambitious sim, but actually she is an overachiever. So even though she wants to be admired and adored and just popular, that doesn't mean like that she isn't actually ambitious and goal oriented, because she is. And the littlest Dorian, who is just a little toddler. And actually the whole inspiration behind this whole family wasn't the Goths. It wasn't that I wanted to have them have a rival or anything. It was Donna. It was Donna Sweet, because Donna Sweet is the name of a character from the CW show Riverdale that I am a big fan of, and I'm gonna die on this hill. I'm gonna die defending Riverdale. I love Riverdale so much. It is the best show on the planet. I'm saying that completely unironically. If you know me in real life, you know that I love Riverdale. Like, it's not even a part of me, it's just who I am as a person. Thank you. Anyway, and also the difference between the Swedes and the Goths is that, I don't know, like even the difference in their house size is very, like, you can very clearly see that. Maybe not in this video, but actually the Goth's house is like so much bigger than the Swedes' house, like even in height, even though they are the same amount of stories, I think. Still, it's so much taller because the walls are taller and everything, and it's just so much bigger and like more grand and stuff. But as I said, the Swedes don't really care about all that stuff. They just, have their wealth, they came into it, and that's all. And they truly give back to the community. They host like charity fundraiser parties. I don't know if you remember, but in The Sims 3, when your sim was a politician, they could hold like fundraiser parties or something, and I think that's what the Swedes do. Like, that's what they like to do. They like to give back to the community, and I think Goths aren't bad people at all. Like, I'm not bashing on the Goths. I love the Goths. Like, they are just, classic sim staple. But I think because of that, they are very like concerned about their image to that point that they don't really do anything with it. You know, they don't really come out of their shell. They just exist in peace. But when, you know, the sweets came around, they felt like they were like their peace was disturbed. But the sweets really don't have anything to do with that, and they don't have anything against the goths. They truly like the goths, but the goths don't like the sweets. So it's very one-sided, and I wish you could do that in The Sims 4, where their relationships could be like one-sided, because I want, like, I don't know, Cameron to be friends with Bella, but Bella actually to hate Cameron for no apparent reason. Like, that would be pretty funny and pretty realistic. But that's not something I can do. But what I can do is just make them have sentiments about each other, and I really want to do that. I really want the relationships in my save file to be very detailed and established, and you know, and people to actually know their neighbors and stuff. So yeah. And back to the build for a second. As you can see, this portion of the house that I'm building right now isn't on the picture, and that's because I just really I was wondering what to do with this side of the house, because it was so flat and it really needed something, and I was like, oh my god, a sunroom, right? Like, obviously. And so I built a little sunroom, and I think it's very cute. And is it a sunroom if it's just gonna be a greenhouse? Is it just not a built-in greenhouse? Because there are just gonna be plants in here, and I think just like a chess table or something. Like, there's not gonna be any sitting in there, apart from the 2 chairs that come with a chess table, you know. But yeah, like, I don't know, maybe Donna could be into gardening, because I established that before. Donna doesn't really have anything going on for her yet as far as the story goes, so I think maybe gardening, maybe that's gonna be a part of her hobby, you know. So there's that. I really like this house. Like, I truly really like this house. It was kind of challenging, but I pulled through. I don't have anything bad to say about that, apart from that disgusting salmon window that I put in the front, and I really regret that choice. But when I'm gonna furnish this house, I'm gonna change it, I think. And the video where I'm furnishing the house is gonna go up sometime soon, and we are actually gonna furnish the house together. So I think that's pretty fun. Like, it's just gonna be me in real time, talking, slowly furnishing the house, walking you guys through the process, and not me voicing over sped up video, you know. Because it's actually really hard coming up with things to talk about. But yeah, we are nearing the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think about the sweets and the goths and their rivalry that's truly very one-sided, just on the goths end of the stick. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!